something I can't replace. You're the sun, and all it ever does is rain. Darling, you wrote, I still haven't figured it out. Without you here, who would I be now? Well, all I was gonna stay around. Darling, you're my grace. Oh, 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 oh. Darling, you're my grace. You're just something I can't replace. And you're the sun, and all it ever does is rain. And you are the only means I have keeping me sane. Darling, you're my grace.
WODU, the Dream Maker.
When time allows my mind to sleep, when thoughts and visions of your being become as real to me as life, I then become aware you are there. With eyes closed, I can taste everywhere. Your eyes, your lips, your breast, your hair. Such a dream, so real, such a love I feel. I want to stay there forever and ever in the realms of this dream. Oh, dream maker, oh, weaver of magical dreams, make this dream come true tonight. Dream maker, make my dream come true tonight. Let me take her to the highest heights that we can reach. Dream maker, make my dream come true tonight. Let me take her to the highest heights. Yeah, yeah.
To the left, until I got right with myself. They always told me that I couldn't do it, but I kept my faith and I got through it. I bossed it on up, got a real force up. I had to change the game up, had to get my weight up. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Woo! I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you in my schedule. I had to cut you off, stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level. I said I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you in my schedule. I had to cut you off, stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level.
Level up, bezel up, like you never seen it coming. I've been moving 100,000, barely pushing 100. Got locomotive momentum, only loco in the moment. We're both on, it's your perspective. I'm wavier than the ocean, yes I kill it OT. Every time I bow, I came first street. 18 no star, rocking with the right one. Then the cash on digging, shot it down, make moves. Let's stop that check.
Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Woo! I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you in my schedule. Had to cut you off, stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level. I said I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you in my schedule. I had to cut you off, stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level. on my level.
Same with you, my energy is low, low, hey. With one passion, halfway lost, sex is better, keeping us. Maybe it's not quite as deep as I first thought it was, yeah. Dysfunction is all I know. Stepping out this comfort zone. I pretend when we both know we're better off alone. This is cool. I won't break someone special. My soulmate, 'cause this ain't working. No more room for mediocre. What's the use in being cordial? Wasting time, boy, it's not worth it.
WODU is the heartbeat of Old Dominion, and you're rocking and you're listening to the Dreammaker Show, coming to you live from the studios of WODU. And we here this morning. We ran up, we fired up, and we ran to go.
Fired up, right?
Hey, Mellow V.
That's the word. birthday.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, all of it's going on.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a lot going on.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. We're
Got
glad
it.
to be here
Hey.
on this Thursday. Going to be 80 degrees today.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful day. We finally seeing spring.
Finally.
Right.
You know, hey, what can I tell you? The man upstairs,
He knows.
he knows what to do.
That's right.
That's why he handles it.
There you go.
That's why we don't have to worry about
He
it.
said, let him handle it.
Yeah.
Somebody said, handle it, let him handle it.
Just imagine if man was in control of the weather.
Woo. Well, they tried, but
I'm telling you, man.
God
you
said,
know.
I'm in control.
Yeah, man will deceive you. Man will keep you believing that he's in control, but he's not doing it.
That's right.
He wants to, but I tell you like this, you know, God said, "I'm still in charge."
That's right. He's on the throne.
Yeah.
Yes.
If man was on it, well, when you see what man do when they get a throne, they don't know what to do with themselves. And you know, they think they what the world looks for, what the world called for.
Yeah. But what the world needs now
Yeah.
is love, and Jesus is love, right?
Yes,
Amen.
ain't no doubt about it.
Right.
I hope everybody out there in the radio land or in the World Wide Web is feeling great today, because it's all about feeling good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, nevertheless, God will make sure that everything that you do and everything that you need will be in place. That's what it's all about. We got some fantastic music coming your way as we get ready to jump back into this one. Her name is Chiffon Clairiere, and she's called herself a sex symbol. She's a goddess. That's what I call her. She's a queen. I got to play her there somewhere before. That's by the D-Boys. She's a queen. Ain't no doubt about it. They coming up too. So be on the lookout. Keep your dial locked right here. Share it with some people on Facebook, Instagram. If you're a sex symbol lady, I'm sending this out to all the ladies, because this is winding up the month for the women right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Taking off, I'm number one. I look good, don't I? I thought I told you. She's so wild.
Yeah, baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything.
She don't ask for nothing, that's why she deserve it all. Times might got tough, but she never let us fall. Taking care of found out them losers get some funds. Educated herself, kept God first, now she owns something. She always focused, never a surrender. Say goes and meet him, baby girl, you a stunner. Come from the mud, I respect, shawty come up. Make sure her kids scrape up for
Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything.
I'm a boss and a king. Yeah, I did it for my queen. Yeah, I put her on my team. Yeah, got me coaching everything. Yeah. I make her count some honeys. Yeah, I did. And we always stunning cause we have no bitch. Don't need to have no kids cause we got kids. I take her out on trips so she never trip. I bring her to my town, yeah, we real big. She loving all my sounds cause we got hits. And she gon' be my bunny just like Clyde did. And we gon' make some movies call it Netflix.
Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby so fly, that's my queen. She got it, she poppin' on fleek. And now but her love don't come cheap. Baby, a diamond on bling. She like Gucci Louis diamond rings. Baby, I could show you finer things. She done fell for them things in the past. Told me that it wasn't what it seems, yeah. Baby, you know how I do. Baby, you know how I move. I could take you out of state. Buy you all Chanel shoes. Hey. Baby, them lanes is lanes. They just gon' play them games. I told you I'm not the same. I can buy you diamond rings, yeah.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. I told you before, the D-Boys. She's a queen. She's the finest thing I ever seen. I'm talking about my computer. Look at that. That Mac. She's the finest thing I ever seen. She know how to lay it down when you need it, when you get in a crunch and you got to get your fingers moving.
Well.
Yeah, I can tell you that Mac keep you moving, keep you motivated. It can make you a millionaire.
Amen.
You know, a billionaire.
Well, we're speaking billions.
Yeah, you know, when you got a Mac, you know, you can wind up being Bill Gates. Oh, he's the one that, Bill Gates, he's the richest man in America.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, Facebook Mockingbird, I mean, what's Spocket, what his name is, he in trouble now, so I don't.
Well, the Amazon guy as well, you know.
Yeah,
Amazon.
well, guess keep it moving, I guess. We'll get there one day. Hey, Mello B, you know, enough. Hey, I'm going to do like Jamie Foxx in that Ray Charles. Hey,
I was going to say Ray Charles. You're doing a Ray Charles. But
enough.
you're doing a version of Jamie Foxx doing Ray Charles, right?
It's enough of that.
Enough of that.
Hey, I'm going to do what it, I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. But why don't you go ahead and let the people know who our guest is going to be today.
All right. Yes, we have double portion today. We got two women, the best of the 757.
That's what's
They're
up.
coming into the studio to close out, which is March Women's History Month. They're coming in to close out the month with us. One at 12 noon is Tivia Linnell Gray. She is an animator. She's the founder and chief creative officer of her own entertainment organization. She's a filmmaker. Bexley Snow and the Magic Orb is her web series on YouTube.
Okay.
So check it out. Yes. And at the 12:30 part of the hour, we have Latasha, a.k.a. Misunderstood, businesswoman, artist, vocalist. She gives Whitney Houston, my God, run for her money, although we know we love Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
This woman can sing.
Oh,
Sing. Right. So she's going to be here to tell us more about her latest CD called Witness. I love that title, Witness. She'll be here at 12:30. Yes, so we have 2 guests today.
Oh, yes, no doubt about it. That's how we do it. That's how we get it in.
Yes.
I want to send a mass shout out to Will Strayhorn, who does this show every Wednesday night. I think it's from 7 until 9, or either it's 8 till 10, right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. Will Strayhorn, gotta face it. Let's face it with Will. Let's face it with Will Strayhorn. I'm gonna have to get him to call in one of these days, and we can chat with him because he's a busy man. He's everywhere. Hairstylist, radio show, talk show host, public speaker. He's got it going on. I got to get with him. That's all I can say, because I want to grow up to be just like Will Strayhorn.
Amen.
Let's face it.
That's right.
I just can't be Jamie Foxx or Ray Charles all the rest of my life. I just can't do it. But nevertheless, we're going to get back into the music. You know how I like to do. Keep it hype, keep it right. Coming up next, it's the one and only R. Kelly. You know that baby boy that knows how to put the vibe in your hip. Make that love come down. I'm talking about the one and only. Talking about Backyard Party right here on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
It's the weekend. All the hard work's behind me. Yeah. And I just invited all my friends. I'm about to throw something on the grill. Yeah. And get together and play some cards, yeah. A couple of drinks, something smoking, do our thing, yeah. No one's got hating in their hearts. Whoa, a backyard party. A backyard party. We'll just have a backyard party. Yeah. We're just having a backyard party. Oh, I thank God it's summer. God, it's summer. 'Cause it feels so good to be outside. Yeah. And the music sounds like heaven. Yeah. Made me wanna grab a towel and clean my ride. Oh, first I'ma throw something on the grill, yeah. And then mingle with the girls. And I wish that they could feel this celebration. I wish all around the world. Hey, hey, it's a backyard party. Oh, a backyard party. We're just having a backyard party. Yeah, we're just having a backyard party. And even if it looks like rain. Oh, if it looks like rain, then joy's gonna chase the rain away. Rain, rain, go away. 'Cause we're gonna take some shots. We'll take some shots, yeah. And just hope for a brighter day. Oh, I just hope for a brighter day. I feel like, yeah. I feel like, whoa.
Yo, I spit words like Jay spit bars. Spin them like Fitty move cars. I ain't a rapper, man, I'm a poet, man. Don't mind the flow, I'm trying to reach you though. Ain't nothing common about it, check the dough. We held on tight for years of this, hold on tight for years of bliss. Jean-Claude coming to claim this. It was the start of this, came from the Genesis. Vanderveer began with this. A single block divided here. Now I look back, man, what brought us here? We came from the projects, been shot at, been loved at, been done that. Same struggle, same good, brothers in arms, it's all good. We didn't have no silver spoon, picked with our fingers what we ate for food, scratch and claw till we made it good. Now we in Hollywood, making it all good. Keep them guessing with the Western. I give them a gang of roses, then get religious on them like Pastor Jones did. Keep them pimping with the Valentine. What, me? I stay going for broke. Find mommies and all my... I know you hope you can live like this, but you have to come back in another lifetime, a little more prolific. Learn from me, cause I'm higher ed than a county man. I'm a maverick man, soon to be a paramount man. Don't try to stop this, there's a master plan, man. Can you stand the rain? Am I brother's keeper? Are you a believer? Can you stand the rain? We didn't have no silver spoon. Am I my brother's keeper? Are you a believer? Can you stand the rain? Don't try to stop this. Am I my brother's keeper? Are you a believer? Can you stand the rain? Same struggle, same road, brothers in arms, it's all good. Let's talk about love. Is it anything and everything you offer? Or do you feel it hurt you? I know the feeling hurt you.
Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are close, all the stars are close, all the stars are close. Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me. You ain't all your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations. I recognize your false confidence and calculated promises all in your conversation. I hate people that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. Oh, you important, you the moral to the story. You endorsing, motherfucker, I don't even like you. Corrupt a man's heart with a gift. That's how you find out who you dealing with. A smart percentage you I'm building with. I want the credit if I'm losing or I'm winning. On my mama, that's the realest shit.
Let's talk about love. Is it anything and everything you offer? Or do you feel it hurt you? I know the feeling hurt you.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer. Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer. Skin cold when the ego gets to talking, I get involved like a rebound. Got no in game, got no ways out, got to stay down. It's the way that you're making me feel like nobody ever loved me like you do, you do. And you kinda feel like you're trying to get away from me. If you do, I won't move. I ain't just cry for no reason. I ain't just pray for no reason. I give thanks for the day, for the hours, and another way, another life breathing. I did it all cause I feel good. I wouldn't do it all if you feel bad. Oh.
Yeah. You can get it if you want it, if you want it, you can get it, come on. Yeah. You can get it if you want it, if you want it, you can get it, come on. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Anything you want, it's yours. Anything you need, it's yours. All my love you can have, it's yours. Worth more than a trillion, it's yours. Girl, if you can see, it's yours. Girl, if you can touch it, it's yours. It's less of a pain, it's yours. But more like a feeling, it's yours. Anything you want, it's yours. Anything you need, it's yours. All my love you can have, it's yours. Worth more than a trillion, it's yours. Girl, if you can see, it's yours. Girl, if you can touch it, it's yours. It's less of a thing, it's yours. But more like a feeling, it's yours. You've had dreams and visions of meeting that perfect man. Now I'm far from perfect, but I'll do what I can to satisfy you, make your dreams come true, giving you all of me for all of you. Shopping sprees, fancy things, to trips around the world, and that's okay. But that ain't good enough, yeah. Diamond rings, fancy cars, and mansions on the hill, and that's okay. But that ain't good enough, yeah. Said I need your love, and I want it. Said I want it right now, baby. Baby, I need it. Want it now. Baby, I need it. I need your love. I need your love. And I want it right now. Baby, I need it. I need your love. I can't live without you. And I want. I need it's yours. It's yours. It's yours. I need it right now. It's yours. Said I want it. It's yours. It's yours. I got to have it. It's yours. It's yours. I can't breathe. It's yours. Said I can't see. It's yours. I can't take another step without your love. Baby, I need in the midnight hour.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's the one and only. That's my man, Romante. It's yours right here. You know it's yours on the Dream Maker Show, baby, because I make dreams come true. Ain't no doubt about it. Going all the way up to the top of the hour, 12 o'clock with non-stop music just for your mind, body, and soul, to get you in a good mood, let you know that it's all about you. Melody, yeah. Give me that lady's name one more time. I'll guess who's going to be. Right. Let them be. Right. I want everybody to be tuned in today. It's the last day of the month for Women's Month. Yes, we double dosed them. We hit them hard.
There you go.
Hit them high.
Double portion.
And then we hit them low.
There you go. Her name is Tivia Linnell Gray, and she is the creator of a YouTube web series called Bexley Snow and the Magic Orb, and a filmmaker, and much, much more. She'll be here at the top of the hour at 12 noon.
Okay, that sounds great. Yes. And the other second guest is...
Well, at 12:30, we'll have singer-songwriter, businesswoman, just anointed vocalist. Her name is Latasha, but she goes by Misunderstood. Oh, yeah. And she'll be telling us more about her latest CD, Witness.
All right, I heard that. Matter of fact, I'm going to just go ahead and play her song now.
Yes.
You know, Misunderstood. You should have loved me. You know, title of this track. And remember, she'll be here at 12:30 to talk about more of her music right here on the Dreammaker Show and the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show at the top of the hour at 12 until 1. You're listening to the hottest music on the planet, WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Baby, you call, I
come, I run to your love. It's better than the finest wine. That kind of love, that's all mine. Baby, and your own sweet little way, as selfish as it seems, you think only of yourself to please my enemies. I want you to fulfill my needs, girl. Baby, oh Lord, oh, I want you to fulfill my needs, my love. Keep it right there. Keep it, baby. Fulfill my needs, girl. Don't tease, 'cause I wanna please. Oh Lord, you're all I ever need. Oh, baby, you call, I come. I to your love, baby. I want you to fulfill my needs, girl. I want you to fulfill my needs, yeah. Baby, oh, come on, love, that kind of love, baby, oh, sweet, selfish way, don't taunt, don't tease, baby, just let me please, want you. Please, baby, don't tease. Oh, I want you to fulfill my needs. I've been up all night, can't do it twice. Oh,
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's the sound of Cecil Jenkins, the protege of Marvin Gaye, featuring Lou John. You know how it is. We'll be right back right after this important message.
The Adventures of Captain 85.
So, what do you want to do now? I don't know. We can't stay here all day.
Excuse me, fellas, but aren't you supposed to be in school?
Yeah, but we're scared to go, Captain 85.
Why?
Because of all these school shootings. It's got all the students bugged.
I can understand your fears, but you can't let this stop you from getting an education.
But a lot of kids don't go. Some teachers don't even go.
Ah, but some did, and so did some students. So up on your feet, boys. I can't allow you to play hooky.
Yes, sir.
Living and learning go hand in hand. So let's go learn something.
The Real Adventures of Captain 85 mentoring program. As we continue, don't forget to tell your kids, if you're listening, if you got kids, nieces, nephews, let them know 10 o'clock this Saturday, I'm back in the studio. I ain't marching, I ain't walking, I ain't protesting, I'm just going to be in here playing some music, conscious music, spoken word, R&B, hip-hop, all positive music this Saturday on Frequency Distribution. Remember the name of the show, Frequency Distribution, with yours truly, Captain 85, will be in the building. So I want you to tell all your kids and hope that you can tune in. And, you know, from 10 until 11, you know, they're just waking up. So I got to get them in the groove, you know, playing music so they can clean their room up, get in the kitchen, help wash those dishes from last night when they was eating. They didn't eat. Well, nevertheless, Mellow V,
yes,
you know, let them know that at 12 o'clock, we're going to be doing the thing. We're going to be doing it right.
Yes, we have a wonderful young woman that's in the studio this afternoon. Actually, she's here, but at the 12 o'clock hour, you'll hear more from her and about her. Her name is Tivia Nanelle Gray, and she'll tell you more about herself at the top of the hour.
Sound great to me? Sound great to me. We'll be right back, of course, you know, right after this at the top of the hour. We're going to be doing our thing. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, just remember this, that we are here to do what we can to make sure you be happy. That's all what it's about. It's about doing things that make everybody feel good today. Matter of fact, let me do this. Can I put some Mary J on? Can I throw a Mary J song on you? That's what I'm going to do right here on the Dream Maker Show. I told you before, I'm a dog child. But the music drives me wild because I'm a royal horseman. And also the Dream Maker. The heartbeat of Old Dominion, WODU. Let's ride.
Dog child, yeah.
Cause the sex was good, you had my mind, and I let you come back every time. You would violate and cross the line, and you knew that I would be the type to always wait so patiently, thinking you was coming home to me. Well, damn, I never heard the keys or felt your tap saying all your sleep. Cause the sex was good, you had my mind, and I let you come back every time. You would violate and cross the line, and you knew that I would be the type to always wait so patiently, thinking you was coming home to me. Well, damn, I never heard the keys or felt your tap saying all your sleep. No more, you so dumb to think you gon' marry me. I got to be out my mind. Think I need someone to carry me. I've done enough crying. It's time to say bye. It's time to do something for me. Time to choose my clothes, choose my friends, be with my family. Baby, next and girlfriend, where you been? We ain't seen you in weeks. Been chasing this fool around, thinking he gon' hold me down. I will follow his lead, thinking I would be the one he keep around. What I needed, and all that I needed, I really couldn't see it. You said you would be it. So many men think that all a girl needs is to be sold a dream, but I won't fall for it. You're so dumb to think you gon' marry me. I got to be out my mind. I need someone to carry me. I've done enough crying. It's time to say bye. It's time to do something for me. Don't wanna play house no more. You trick no more. You tired, you playing. Got me looking at the front door. This ain't yours, so let me play. Don't wanna play house no more. No more. You tired, you playing. I've done enough crying. It's time to do something for me. You turned your back and back, I came running. But the simple fact is that you ain't want me. Done enough lying and crying to myself. Nothing left to do but move. What else can I do but leave? I believe that you would marry me, but now I gotta breeze. I bees with LT when you come to your senses. But then it's too late, that's always how it be. Catch me with the bees on the wheels, Giuseppe's on the hill. Should've marked Jacob Fifi. Bag me when you had me next to the gladly. Pick up where you left off, ice me, wife me. You ain't gonna have me. It's time to say bye. It's time to do something for me. So dumb to think you gon' marry me. I got to be out my mind to think I need someone to carry me. I've done enough crying. It's time to say bye. It's time to do something for me. something for me, for me, for me. This time I do something for me, for me, for me, for me.
Come on, everybody, under the sound of my voice.
It's the top of the hour, and you're in tune and getting ready to view one of the hottest talk shows on the planet. It's the best of the 757 talk show with yours truly, the Dream Maker, and my co-host, Miss Mello V.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, it's a
thank
great
God
day.
we finally see spring. Wow, this weather has really changed up. Thank you. Easter is coming up, so we just bless God for the wonderful day we have today, and hopefully for the rest of the week. And we're on Facebook Live. Hello, everyone. Like I always say, press that share button. We want as many people as possible to tune in today. We have a wonderful guest, beautiful young woman. I always call her my Ava DuVernay and Chandra Rhimes in the making, because she's going to make her own way. Amen. She's a talented filmmaker, writer, producer, radio, journalism major, graduate from Virginia State University. She is here in the studio. Also, she's a founder of her own entertainment group, so we're going to have her talk more about that. But her name is Tivia Linnell Gray. Welcome to the station.
Thank you for having me. I just want to say I really appreciate you both for allowing me to be on the show and to speak about Bexley and to Voyage. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes,
that.
always, always. Well, that's what the premise of the show is. When the Dream Maker, and he has other names, but today he's the Dream Maker.
Hey, that's what I am.
And it's not a wizard. He's a Dream Maker.
Thank you.
Correction. Correction.
Correct that.
Yes,
I don't want to hurt the
correct it,
feeling.
please. Yeah. I'll do it.
I don't want to like.
All right. But this is what he developed this show for local talent such as yourself. And this happens to be the last show we'll have for March being Women History Month. So we wanted to make sure we got some talented young people, specifically women, to come in on the show this month. And you definitely qualified, overqualified. It's always good to be overqualified for something, right? Amen. But we wanted to make sure that we highlight young people in the community because they don't naturally get that. If they're local, they're struggling, they're trying to make it independently of major studios. We need to highlight that talent in the community. Yes. So I thought of you. I said we're going to have you on for this last show for March being Women History Month. And I want to thank you for coming in, taking time out of your day, because we know you're busy. You're a working young woman. And we wanted to make sure we got you here to talk more about, she is such a cute little character. Actually, if you can see her shirt, and I have it on my Facebook page. Please go there. Bexley Snow. I have an affinity toward her. We'll talk more about that, why I love the character. But tell us about, first of all, your entertainment organization. And then how did you come to create Bexley Snow?
Well, thank you for asking me.
Yes.
So, Voyage Entertainment is simply a company in which I want to be able to have productions, whether it be documentary, animation, feature films, narrative films, that represent a quality in the world that I think is missing. Just fun, carefree, but responsible entertainment.
Right.
Where you can have a 5-year-old up until like 80-year-old person watch something.
Right.
And enjoy it.
Right.
Like we really want to create products or projects.
Positive television or positive viewing for our young people. Yes.
Like my phrase that I go with is HTS minus HTS, which is helpful to society minus hindrance to society.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're really trying to strive.
Say it slowly again. Say that again.
Helpful to society minus hindrance to society.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to push strongly, almost like Mr. Rogers.
Right.
But for entertainment.
Right.
So, it's a struggle sometimes to be responsible because I have many different things popping in my mind with things that are happening in the world.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about them, but you have to be careful of how you approach
that. How you package it and how you put the narrative out there for young people.
Exactly.
Because there's like you said, there's so much negative going on. We need to escape.
Exactly.
And we need a positive escape. I watched some of the series and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Not that, was surprised because I know you only would put out quality because that's who you are.
Thank you.
But to the extent that I was like, oh my God, she really knows what she's doing. The animation was very vivid, which I knew that's what was one of the things that you were aiming for.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very vibrant, very, it's act like it was coming at you. Okay.
Thank you.
Right, okay. So, but it's called Bexley Snow and the Magic Orb, and it's a web series on YouTube. Please look it up. How many so far is in the series? Because I saw 4.
There will be 8 for this first season, 8 episodes. So you can either go on YouTube and just type in Bexley, BEXLEY, SNOW, Snow, Bexley Snow, or you can go to the website, www.bexleysnow.com. But the show is, God gave me like this thought that came in my mind, like growing up when I was 8, like there was a self-confidence issue, there was fear of what I may say and what people may think about me if I say certain things or just, so I was like, I'm going to create a character
that you can speak through.
She feels powerful.
Right.
None of that. She has none of those fears.
Right.
Now, she does have a fear about saving the world, saving Earth, but just her core self.
Her energy.
She is confident.
Right, okay.
She is carefree, but caring.
Right. And I got that from it, so it's good that you said that, because a lot of times we develop these alter egos. Beyonce has what was it, Latasha,
Sasha.
right? My husband, he created a robot when he was growing up. That was the name was the number for his classroom where he was having struggles when he was a young boy. So he created this robot called 504 or something like that. So we often create, and my grandson is 8 years old, so that's a perfect age, because you start to develop your character then, start to develop. And trying to feel your way. And like you, as a young girl, you can not have confidence based on circumstances and situations that occur. And from what I was listening to, I can see that there were things you were working out through her, this character. A lot of times we create characters to work out stuff in us.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, past issues, right?
Yeah.
So
And
God will give you that.
Yeah, and I do hope that, or pray, I'm prayerful that young girls, but kids in general will, and even adults.
Yeah, because I'm an adult, and it really touched me. I love it.
We'll see that. Like, if you have a vision or a passion for something, and we all got, I know people have said this so many times, we all have an intrinsic, natural ability to do something that will feed us, clothe us, have a roof over our heads, water, and maybe some of the special things we may want.
Right.
There's a talent. There's something that we all have.
God has gifted us all for a purpose. First of all, it's for a purpose for His glory. So we were created to worship. We were created to create because that's who God is. That's the Father.
Yes.
So what He has, He'll give to His children. Like what you'll have, He'll give to your child. That's the same thing He gave to us. Something gifted to us that only we were purposed to do or to say or to bring about. So I did feel that. But I want people to please go and watch that web series because it has a specialness about it where as I was watching it, it felt like it was drawing you in because it was coming after the way you did the animation. You feel, I don't want to say, because I don't like the word hypnotized, but
compelled.
Yeah, compelled, like to just keep watching.
Yeah.
And it has and it's called Bexley Snow and the Magic Orb. Tell me about the magic orb part of it. What is that?
So Bexley has this legacy, family legacy, that she just finds out about on her 8th birthday.
Okay.
That she has a legacy of saving Earth or her family, and now it's her turn.
Right.
It's her turn to save Earth from this creature that was born from the outer core of Earth called Baklamash. I know that's a weird name.
Okay. I want to know how did that come about? But go ahead, finish the story, then tell me about that.
So she has to defeat Baklamash. This is where her hindrance and her fear of like, I'm just 8. Like, how can I save Earth?
Right.
And so Bardian is the orb, the magic orb. He comes in and he's supposed to be the guide that assists her and helps her to realize that you can do this, even though this is a big task. Just like kids these days do have big tasks they're faced with.
That's right. Like the activist that now comes about something tragic. Young people are thrust into a role. So right.
Hers is through a fantasy world, saving Earth, nonetheless. But I still feel that kids can still get a sense of whimsicalness and like while she's trying to save Earth, which is something that's fiction, you can still do something
great.
Yes,
something great,
yeah,
something big, because a lot of times we always want to just tackle the small, but God is a big God, so He'll say go after something greater, bigger than yourself, because then you'll know it's Him doing it, not you. But I know that when you develop this, I wanted to get to that song. It says take me to the places on the battlefield.
Take your place on the battlefield.
Okay.
Bexley Snow.
Yes.
I can't sing, so I'm not gonna try to do that for you.
Phenomenal. I'm listening. I kept rewinding it.
I have to give some credit, a lot of credit to Julius Ames of My Heart Studios GA, which is on Instagram. Check him out.
All right. And that's GA is for Georgia.
Yes.
Okay.
So My Heart Studios GA, and Tania Jenkins.
Okay.
She spells it a little bit differently. It's at TENIA Jenkins.
Okay.
She's a phenomenal singer. She volunteered her services.
Wow. It really.
So that was kind of her. I really appreciate
and it really
that.
adds to what you were trying to do. And I know that you, Bexley talks to her aunt. This is okay. Tell me about that.
Well, her aunt was the former keeper of good. That's what Bexley is titled. That's her superhero name in a sense. She's the keeper of good, as were her other aunts and family members before her that saved Earth. It's a continuous.
Right.
It's been a continuous thing, and it's infused with a little bit of geography. I just want to put that in there. Her aunt is out of the picture after like the second episode, because now like she can do no more.
Right.
She's been
and
training
she's
her.
Passed it on to her because I saw that.
She's been training her without her knowledge, infusing her with some geography that she will need in order to defeat Baklamash and save Earth. And she has some yoga abilities that her aunt has been training her through the years. That will also play into how she will defeat him. I'm gonna do a little weird things.
Don't give it too much away, because we got 4 more to go, right, in the series.
In this series, and then I do plan on having a second season, prayerfully.
Now, will you? And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I wanted to. It kind of equates to The Wrinkle in Time a little bit. Yes. And you know, I've called you when I first met you years ago. It was on a production that Tina Caldwell was doing. I don't know what I was doing, but God said, help this young lady. And I was a PA on the, I don't even know what that was.
She did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
She did.
I'll pay you later. Because I'm like, okay, Lord, I'll get in there and I'll start doing stuff based on what I see needs to be done. And that's all I did.
She did.
Oh, and I want to say, and I kept calling you all Shonda Rhimes at the time. I said, no, y'all some behind girls in here. They did. I'm serious. They were. And I want to introduce who just walked into the studio. You can probably see her back from the camera. She's our anointed vocalist that's coming up in the second part of the hour. Oh, my God. We're going to talk about a Whitney-esque. Yes, Whitney Houston-esque.
Yes.
We love Whitney, but when I heard this woman sing, I was like, oh, my God. But she's coming up at 12:30, and we got some people chiming in. But getting back to, I kept speaking it into you all because I kept saying that you all were professional. It was an independent film at the time. It was actually a part of Miss Caldwell's grade, her senior year in college at Regent University. But you all were on it, and I'm like, I didn't know this was like this, and I always wanted to be behind the scenes. But having met you, I know that you had God's grace on you, God's anointing on you to do great things. And so when I saw this, I saw my little sister, right? And I sent you a photo, and my husband even said, "Is that Beth?" My sister's gone. She passed before she was 30. But he said, well, how did that happen? Did she know? I said, no, she couldn't have known my sister. And when you saw it, my husband, he was like, that looks like the same. Even the Dream Maker said, who is this, your sister? Did she know your sister? I said, no. So it really drew me in. So there's a kindred right there. And God always likes, pairs like to like. Mm-hmm. Amen. As we in here in Women's History Month.
Yeah, because your character is it resembles you? Is that's how?
Well, I will admit, when I was drawing her or digitally painting her on Photoshop, I had a picture of myself to the right-hand side. Mm-hmm. And so I would look, and draw, and then this is what came about.
Wow.
So are you, you have a degree in art or?
No.
Wow.
Communications, mass communications.
Okay.
English major, minor, mass comm.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
It all works.
All work. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
But to see, your ability to do that, because mine is a fine arts major, oil paintings and stuff degree.
What I saw was excellent.
Yeah. So when I see people's work, I just want to let people understand that we all have gifts and talents.
Yeah, we don't
and we have young people out here going on the flip side over here when we should be trying to harness their gifts so that they, when early so that they can see that if you have the ability, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve it yourself. I thought, you know, it looks like you. Do you have do you have kids?
No.
No kids. Okay, so right,
You get it done yourself.
right.
You're gonna learn that craft.
Tell it.
Yeah, that's what God. That's what God. That's the gift. That's the gift that we fail to realize that God has given us to the gift, but we. Yeah, just you know, keep moving forward. We keep looking back. You know, so when we look back, we give up. We get this close. We could be right here.
Right at the pinnacle.
And like, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because this is easier. You know, so that's why I'm asking the question, so our audience can to.
And I want to say that this was not a natural talent of mine. Like, it's not a real, like, you know how people can hear a song and then play on the piano?
Right.
This wasn't like that for me. So I want to encourage kids that if you have ever, as a child, start to draw something, stick with that.
Right.
This is absolutely not a natural talent of mine. What I would say is a natural talent is voiceovers.
Right.
That came more natural to me than trying to draw her.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was going to ask you because as I'm listening to and watching your web series, I kept thinking it was you that was singing because it sounded, you know, like your voice. And I was going to ask you that.
Can't sing.
Okay, so now did you do some of the voiceover? Is it
all
your
the voiceover?
Voice? Okay.
Is me, and I will continue to. Is one more character.
Like Oprah, look, she only won on her magazine, so you keep the right. There you go.
Three more characters that. Well, two more characters that you have not heard their voice.
Okay.
Baklamash's voice, and another character, which is an animal. You haven't heard their voices.
Okay.
I will be doing those. I will do them all. Like, as a child, I don't know if you recall, there was a series called Dinosaurs.
Yes.
I used to love
not
that
the
thing.
Mama, not the mama.
That little baby.
I used to imitate
I used to imitate that.
I did
It just continuously. And then Elmo. I used to imitate Elmo. That was something that just came naturally to me. Just kept going. Well, I kind of went away from it because I didn't think, you know, acting or voiceover was, you know, self-confidence issues, which I talked about with Bexley, not having that.
Right.
So that's why I want to really encourage people, don't let your
fears
issues,
or your inadequacies hold you back.
Yeah.
I want to acknowledge some
Keep
people
going.
while because they're chiming in. Tamika Winborn, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you for trying. Sarita Scott, yes, that's another one of my little Ava DuVernays, and Shonda Rhimes. She is a awesome independent filmmaker as well. Aged Out is her film. Desmond Ure, thank you for chiming in. Roger Robinson, Mary Eaton, thank you. Roger Robinson says, good afternoon. How are you? We're doing well, Roger.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and Anton Barnes is watching. He says hello to you as well.
Hi.
Reggie Sproul.
Hi, Reggie.
Gerald, thank you for chiming in. Rex Harper, I like that name. Rex. All right, Anton Austin. Anthony Stewart. Rosalind Vaughn. Okay, that's another Vaughn we got watching.
Hey, what can I tell you?
Gabrielle, thank you for watching. Jonathan Stanley. Kenneth L., thank you for watching. Charlene Ains, thank you for watching as well. We're going to get back into conversation. Like I said, as I'm watching it, I'm drawn into this character because, you know, of course I told you, it looks like my little sister. She was just 4 years younger than me. The voices, you know, and I kept saying, is that her voice? Is that Tivia's voice? So that's good that you.
I think that is.
It is so
for people to be able to do that.
I found that my stress reliever, because this can be frustrating, and I'm isolated creating this show, and I can get a little frustrated, and a little anxiety will build up. And what I will do naturally, which I believe is God, I think God gives us all like a stress reliever or something to that's not a vice, that's not overeating, drugs, alcohol. He gives us something that will release stress. For me, when I'm throwing stress, when I'm doing this, I start unconsciously, hi. I will start talking, just talking. You might think it's a little wacko, but it will just come.
All of us have a little
and
bit
it
of
helps me. It will
Yeah.
help me release that. I mean, like, it literally just flows from me. And I pray that people can find that. I do believe that everyone
release.
has something like that
release.
naturally.
Well, they got to, because see, if they do that, then they could put the guns down. I mean, who they working for? That's what I ask that every day when I watch the news at 4 o'clock. The first 10 minutes, who are these people working for? I mean, you're getting people. Are you working for the hospital? Are you working for the undertaker? Because you can't be working for the insurance company. Because if they were, they don't be lock you up. So, when you say that you go into these characters, but you're using those creative sources to create the characters that you want people to get to know, so that they too can do the same thing. That's what creative art is. And to be able to do that and to express that and then bring it out so people can say, hey, that kind of remind me of me. I need to, maybe I can sit down and take up and say, yeah.
Exactly right.
Prayerfully, you all will find something. It can be anything. Like some people love math, not me, but they can just start doing some mathematician. I don't even know if I said that right, but or if you love to write songs, or if you ever thought you could write a song, just start it. Just see. It could find something that can relieve your stress naturally. I feel that everyone has it.
And something that's productive and not destructive. And that's really what this is about. And as I was watching it, I did get a sense of, the word that comes to my spirit right now is purity. So because we have so little of that purity. So as you're watching it, and it's fresh. They used to say fresh, right? We were talking about the slang something. I'm like, I don't know, but the word is fresh because the old folks used to say, this is a wholesome. We don't hear that word anymore. Wholesomeness, fresh. You know, we need that. And when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is fresh and wholesome.
Thank you.
It's and I don't want to say new because it wouldn't give what I'm trying to put there, but it's just exciting because as women of color, someone called this Black Women's History Month. I said, we'll take it. Anything we can take as Black women, we'll take it. But this is something that we need to push because so much other garbage. Like he said, the first 10 minutes of the news is us. Somebody robbed, somebody shot, somebody stabbed somebody. And it looks like us all the time on the first 10 minutes of the news. So if you cut the news off after that, you'll be in the whole world, and Black folks is the only one committing crime.
And other people of color.
Other people of color. So I want people to understand that you are an excellent filmmaker as well. Tell me about some of the projects. Like I said, we worked on one together. Name some of the other projects you've worked on and it's coming up for you.
So I've been very, very fortunate to have worked on a few projects with Tamika Winborn, who you've had on the show, and Tina Colwell, who you spoke of. Those probably have been my major two people, especially Tamika.
Yes.
We
she
campaigned
is such
together.
Creative voice.
Very, very.
And so intense as you are. And like I said, like draws to like. And when we have the same intensities in us, energy, we can't understand unless it's in us already. We can empathize. We can kind of say, I know what you're talking about, but really I don't. But God will bring, God will bring those people together where you don't have to speak, but there's a connection there. Yeah.
She has a new project coming out. We're Left Behind.
I wrote it down.
I think I said that. Forgive me, Tamika.
No, that's it, because I wrote it down. We're Left Behind.
So, like, she needs actors and she needs crew. Like, prayerfully, I can.
So are you going to be working
step back from Bexley and come and help? I do want to help her. Like we've been on this journey since 2010.
Wow.
And I have so much respect for her work and how she handles herself. So I want to help her if I can. Even if it's something behind the scenes, like with some editing or something, like the title opening credits for the title. Like I like doing stuff like that too. So like maybe I can help her with
put it out there.
Is she doing that here or where the audition is going to be held at?
It will be here in Virginia.
May 18th and 19th, I believe.
Yes.
And she's looking for Latina actors.
Yes.
Because it's about the story is about a mother gets taken away.
Don't tell everything.
Okay, I'm saying. But she needs Latino actors to show up because it's about immigration issues. I guess I didn't just say that.
Yeah.
and it's going to be phenomenal. Oh, okay. Tamika says it's wonderful that Bexley allows little girls to see images of themselves. Absolutely, and that's
Thanks,
exactly
Tamika.
what it is projecting. Michael Rezick, hi. Good afternoon, kings and queens. Hashtag Captain 85. He says hi to you. Thank you for always chiming in, Michael. He's going to have his own radio show up in Richmond.
Congratulations,
soon.
Michael.
Prince Cream McIntyre, hi. Look at the talented Misunderstood. Yes, she's here. He's watching. And she said, Tamika says, thanks for sharing, ladies. So getting back to what we were discussing, I know you also study journalism. Is that something that you going to?
Probably not. I think what it was, like I talked about before, the fear. I felt that going into journalism was something that was more safe. Like it's something that still dealt with a little bit of entertainment on the camera and such, but it was safe.
Right. Not on the creative level.
Now I was like, after college, I was like, I am gonna go for it.
Right.
Like I never really wanted to. I didn't like the news. I never watched the news.
Right.
But that was something I felt was safe,
Right.
and I could just, still be in that world a little bit.
Because you're still using your creative juices, because in journalism you have to write.
True.
You have to create the narrative, so when you go to tell the story, that it impels people to listen and watch it. It's still in the same arena.
Yeah.
So
but this is like me. To me, filmmaking and doing this sort of thing is like I don't envision myself ever jumping out of a plane, doing zip lining across the rainforest. This is that for me.
Yeah.
All of that fear, thrilling, fear
This gives
type
you
stuff.
that rush.
This is that for
adrenaline.
me.
Yeah. Because it feeds that, and we all have that thing that will feed that adrenaline in us. And if it's yours, it takes more weight on you than if I'm working for a company or a national station or whatever. You start to say, "Oh my God, now this
you can truly give it all."
Right, exactly. This is yours. This is your baby.
And if I may just say this before I know I'm gonna be leaving soon.
No, you
can stick around.
Okay.
You can't for the whole hour.
I just want to say this, that people, please take like 5 minutes out of your day and just be in a quiet place. Be in a quiet place and just write down something that you wanted to do at some point in your life. Just write it down and sit there and look at it and be like, just say to yourself, I can do this. I really can do this. And especially young people that are in college now or in high school, write it down. No computers, no phones, no TV, no any of that. Captain 85, they're going to have to turn you off for
just a minute.
So that they can actually just sit there and think about what they want to do.
Right.
And if you can't figure it out, this is one way I think can help you. Maybe not, but try it. Reach out to like a close family member or friend and ask them, hey, what do you think I do well? What's something that you have since you've known me from birth?
My passion.
What do you think I do very,
What did
very
you
well?
see in me? Right.
Or a coworker or someone that you've spent like hours upon hours working with, they can sometimes sense what you're good at. Ask them.
And that's actually what they've been saying.
I did that one time myself, and they told me pushing a broom. So gotta be like,
You know what? You would have been the best.
Be mindful who you
hey,
ask.
that's what Martin Luther King.
For real, because be careful who you ask.
Yeah.
Seriously, on a serious
But Martin Luther King said, if you're gonna sweep, if you're gonna be a sweeper, be the best sweeper. So when they walk down that street, they know that you swept that streak. So trust me, I've asked, but like you say, one of the things that we fail to realize is that we have to write it down.
Yes.
If you look in the Bible, everything is words. It's written down. And when people look at all these things that's going on, I don't see what's wrong with people when it comes to that Bible. See, man told you it was religion, and God told you, I'm giving you your roadmap to life. This is your roadmap. Keep it with you. Read it. Look at it. These things too shall come to pass. So when we don't write down, because even when I went to broadcasting school in New York, the first thing they told me, you tell us, think ahead or you be dead. Put it to paper. You have to write it down. If you want something, all the best mentoring people that do speaking engagements, they tell you in a minute, write whatever you want down on paper. Commit it to paper. Because if you don't commit it, you're not going to do it. It's going to go away.
It's gonna be real. Yeah. It's right. And we're gonna shift.
Yeah, you're
going
gonna.
to be at the 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30.
And we get cameras.
Yeah.
But we're still going to be in the conversation, all of us together. I want to acknowledge D.V. Dotson is watching. Thank you for.
What up?
What up? What up?
He's funny.
Okay, now we had, like I said, we had double portion today, and we're all going to still be here and sharing with one another and making this real for other folks, because this is really what this is about.
Right.
Making it real, because a lot of times kids will have a dream. I did. You two did, and are now living some part of that. You don't know how to make it happen. Nobody has spoken into your life or said, this is the roadmap, this is where I can do it, this is how you take the steps to do it. We just had a gentleman on Tuesday who specifically said, write it down, because when you don't, it'll fade away. You'll forget it. You know, keep a pad by your bed.
Yes,
I want to introduce our next guest. This is 12:30 part of the hour. We have advertised her, but you have to hear her voice. I'm telling you, I don't get excited about a lot of singers. Luther's gone, my blessed Luther. But I want you to understand, this is an anointed vocalist here. When she sings, it touches you. It will make you cry.
Thank you.
I want to give proper homage to your name. I know it's Latasha.
Lastasha.
Okay,
Lastasha.
Lastasha.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to say it like that for you to get it.
Isn't that the character that used to be on Bullwinkle and the Moose?
Is it? I don't
The
know.
lady, the German lady,
Oh,
Nastasha. Yeah,
you know what?
Nastasha.
That
was
cute.
Yeah.
But she's AKA misunderstood. When I heard that, I kept saying, what is that? I love, but when she gave the explanation for it, it touched me. So I want you to meet her. She's a businesswoman,
Thank you
vocalist,
for
performer.
having me again.
And they also call her Vintage Songbird.
Yes.
The Vintage Songbird. So we're going to let her take the center stage that she's well able to do and tell you more about her.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me again.
Yes.
I love you guys so much.
Yes.
Well, she's introduced every entity of me. I am Misunderstood, the Songbird, the Vintage Songbird. I have kind of a Erykah Badu, Chrisette Michelle,
you know what, that's true.
a little Nina Simone.
That's true.
Just some different vibes, bringing it to the now, because it's very much needed.
Yes.
I just tell a
Keeping
story.
it relevant.
I just tell a story with a little bit of an unadulterated truth.
And we played one of your songs earlier.
Yeah.
Should have loved you. Should have loved me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the one that I love is Wind Blow.
Yes. Wind Blow.
When you hear that thing, you cry. I cry every time I hear it.
Well, I cry too. So
yes. That's when you also
just
heard
being
it.
honest.
Yeah.
He was like, oh. We were both sitting there. It is honest. It is raw, but it is real. Some of the lyrics, "Diamond in the Rough," you're a diamond in the rough.
Yes.
That's some in the lyric. Also, I didn't know my worth.
No, I didn't. Those things stem from. First of all, I want to say, in order to move forward and not recreate, but bring forth the good in yourself, you have to admit some things about yourself.
Absolutely.
So when I say I didn't know my worth, I did not know my worth. I was doing some things that probably you did or your cousin did, that you don't, some things you want to sweep under the rug, you know, like, I hope nobody tell nobody, but I don't mind telling my own story.
Exactly.
So I didn't know my worth, but when you begin to love yourself, things change. The way you see yourself changes. How you look at others change. The way you move changes. So that's what Wind Blow and Shoulda Loved Me, all of that, this Witness is what my album is called.
Yes, that's exactly
But it's all a little bit of a journal, or I say a diary. It's a little bit of a diary of who I was, what I used to be, and where I'm going.
You to, right?
Yes.
And like you said, it is the journey that is only you. That is unique to you.
I can only tell my
That's
story.
right. And nobody can tell your story like you can.
Absolutely.
So I love the title, right? What was you saying?
And I'm sticking to it.
There you go, right? I love the title. When I talked to you, I love the title Witness, because
Thank
that's
you.
very important in life. And you couldn't have known this, but throughout life, God will place people for a certain season, reason, or purpose to be a witness for the things, good, bad, or indifferent.
And there's a reason
Tell
for that
story.
title, because when I was 12, I think I may have told you last time I was here, but when I was 12, I was prophesized on, and he said, you're going to go through a lot of things in life that you may not understand, and you may have even took yourself through, but in the end, it's going to be for someone else to hear your story so they don't have to go through that same thing. And when I was 12, I did not understand that, and I'm going to be 32 in a week and a half.
Wow.
So I'm just understanding now, but I appreciate every single part of it because it was all needed.
Yeah. Right. And once you can step back and see that and understand that whatever the journey is for each of us, that it was never for us.
I'm
Although
just
no
a
matter
witness.
How hard it is,
I'm just a witness.
Right, it was just a witness for someone. Somebody, you can now look at somebody and say, and you can actually don't even have to open their mouth. You can tell by the movement or the aura around them that there's something that relates to you, and you can say, you know what, sis, I understand. And they're like, what? You can recognize it. It makes it unspoken. And it has happened so many times because God gives it to you for, like you said, someone else. Because thank God for His healing presence and His.
Because you're gonna go through some things to get. You're gonna go through some things to get and understand.
To understand it, and just like with Bexley, and I'm telling you, just watching that series, I realized that something was connecting to me based on what she was saying. So understand that we work out our issues, our dysfunctions, as they want to say, through art, through creativeness, through something, because it's something will be within you that's so wretched. It's just I gotta find a way to have.
This is what pulled me through.
Exactly. So, and I remember when I first heard you, we sat across from each other because you were here. She's in a play that is phenomenal.
Yes,
called My Life Matters. You can say it very slowly. My life matters.
Yes.
Think about that, because you don't ever say that to yourself. You always talk about, oh, your life is good. Your life is this. You always outwardly, right? Yeah, you always say
you do need to talk to
yourself.
yourself.
You need to. Yeah, it says in the word. You need to talk to yourself. Encourage yourself, like David. Learn to encourage yourself.
See, there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
It's what you say to yourself.
No. The problem is if you answer yourself. If you answer yourself like.
I have to beg to differ. I feel it's what you say to yourself. Because you can speak life or death.
Oh yeah.
So what you say matters too.
Right. Yeah, but my thing, I'm brought up as the old school, and you know, old people say, as long as you don't answer yourself, you start talking. Hey, well, John, what?
Well, okay, but what if you have two different characters?
Okay.
Well, okay, I see what you're saying. As long as you change the name.
But you know what? That's creative process. That's
Yeah.
also a part of the creative.
You got an excuse.
Yeah, but make sure it's an excuse because they lock people up today.
Straight jackets, they call it, right?
Yeah.
I want to acknowledge Tammy Washington. Thank you for watching. Nasir L. Thank you for watching. Mr. Monell, thank you, brother, for coming on and dropping some knowledge about grant writing and nonprofits.
Absolutely.
Those were awesome. So many people shared your message, so thank you. Dominic Boone, thank you. Nicole Coker, thank you for watching as well. But getting back to, I heard you sing the national anthem. Oh, wow. And around the time that I heard you sing it, prior to you hearing you sing it, you know, they were having issue with some person's famous.
Oh, you talking about Pink?
Pink. And I saw you. I said, "See, Lord, there you go."
Was that Fergie?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Fergie. I thought it was
Fergie.
Pink. Oh yeah, Fergie. Okay,
That
yeah.
girl Pink.
Yeah, right. Fergie, and I said, "Lord, you." And then I heard your verse. I said, "Lord, there you go." And I said Whitney-esque, because when
Thank
Fergie,
you.
yes, because I'm telling you, and because when Fergie did her little thing on it, everybody pulled up Whitney. Everybody was putting Whitney out there saying, "This is the way it's supposed to be done." And then I heard you. And where were you? I know where you were.
Norfolk State.
Okay.
Norfolk State. I was at Norfolk State, and I think that was my second time being there singing the national anthem.
Wow.
And I always know, just being funny, well, not being funny, but I didn't know all of the words like prior to these engagements, but I am serious about decency and order.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
you're going to learn these words. And then I don't like to do it exactly how everyone else is doing it. So I try
and
to.
you didn't do too much. You didn't.
Right,
because
you can't. Yes, you can't. You'll take away from it.
Yeah, you can take away from
So,
it. And you did it
Thank you.
divinely. And that's the word that comes to my spirit.
I didn't want to take it to church either because I always have
You
a
know,
tendency
I
to
know
take
you wanna
stuff to
do that,
church.
right?
Like, so I
But
had
you
to tune
did
it down a little bit.
Perfect little medium. And immediately I said, okay.
Thank you, though.
You reclaimed that thing because I was like, okay. People were putting Whitney up
She
there.
had let you down.
I was like, alrighty then. And I love Whitney Houston, but I said we need more voices because she was the voice.
Yes.
And
beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
Marvin
voice.
did an excellent job too, though.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because Marvin Gaye.
He put his own twist
Yeah,
on
Marvin
that
Gaye,
thing.
yeah.
And they were putting his up there because everybody was like trying to put up stuff saying, okay, next time do it this way. But that was phenomenal.
Thank you.
We use that word a lot, but it really was phenomenal. And you could see that you were carefully and
don't rush it.
Yeah, no. You could. I can tell that from just watching it. That you were careful about how you were presenting it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, was that something you were thinking about?
I always think about that,
Okay.
whether I'm singing the national anthem, "Happy Birthday" or "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star."
All right.
Honestly speaking, before I even open my mouth, I ask God to let me decrease because I don't even want it to be anything of me. Because if it was me, I would not be singing the national anthem. It would be something else. But I say, let me decrease and let me just give everything I got. So that's a personal thing I do.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, because and like I said, I had the opportunity and the blessing to be able to see you twice in the play.
You
My
are
Life
out
Matters.
here.
Yes, I was like, I said, first let me be a spectator first. I said, I want to sit in the audience. I didn't want anybody to, I wanted to take it all in at first because they wanted me to be the host initially. And I said, well, let me first. God has to let me see. And I didn't even know why I even said no, but God, I knew why after I saw it. Because sometimes you have to experience something before you can actually say yes to something.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times God will say, "I want you to experience it," but doesn't mean you have to be a part of it.
Truth.
You understand?
Truth.
So I didn't know. So I sat there and I'm like, okay, I'm scared. It was so many elements. Because Tyler Perry, bless him, I love him. I kept saying every time he put something out, he took my life. He took everything. So as I'm sitting there, I said, oh my God, that relates. And so many people in that audience related to you and and Felicia. Because I could sit, and plus you can sit and listen to other folks.
You got a different view.
Get a different view. I didn't have the view, right? We're going to all be on there one day?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Claiming
it. But the view that I got and the hearing, there's things that I could hear. First, I had to also take that in. And people said, oh, when you came on, when you blew it away. Then Felicia Johnson, who I hope one day we can get her here.
Truth.
Another phenomenal singer.
Awesome.
You just blown away. And people started to cry. They did. And I was sitting there taking it all in. Then the second opportunity, months later, I did host it, and I got to see the audience from the stage and listen to them from that perspective and kind of put it out there. But it is a moving. What drew you to it? Why did you decide you want to do it?
I chose to do the My Life Matters play. Well, he likes to call it a musical.
It's a musical
with a purpose.
Yes, that's right.
I hear you, Prince. I got you. But the reason I chose to do it is because, for one, I truly believe that my life matters.
Absolutely.
I feel no one else is going to cater to me or care about me the way that I can.
That's right.
So, number one, that's why I chose to do it. Also, it was about suicide awareness.
Yes.
And I do have a family member that committed suicide when he was 17. So that was another reason as well, because I could relate to it.
From that perspective.
Right.
And from what I observed of Cree, who is the director, the writer. He's all in all. His wife Deborah is also an integral part of it. She is his backbone, every bone, right? She's awesome. That he wanted to be transformative. He wanted it to not always be the same musical that you see each time. So he adds a different component each time, like PSTD, suicide, domestic violence, and it's about his life.
So that it can grow.
It can grow, and other people's voices can be heard from different perspectives, different situations. So it can always be revolving and changing. And that's what we want to be as people. My life matters. Just like the witness. We are a witness for one another. So I witnessed you years ago, and when you were doing the independent film genre, and now you have your own, I witnessed you, and I kept saying, wow, these ladies are phenomenal. Then I met you for this part of my life, and for this part of the
and then that was something new for me as well. I've never done any acting of any sort.
Right.
So I was I just give me the mic, let me sing the song,
and let me go
and go on about my business.
But is he still running?
Yes, he's absolutely actually trying to get some more dates out here in Atlanta and in New Jersey, but I've never done this before, so this was a leap for me as well. But I kind of liked it, so I think I might do it again.
And like you said, it gives people opportunity to be able to showcase themselves, and we will talk about how to contact you for bookings, and also you're a businesswoman. I want to talk about that.
Oh, my new venture.
Yes, your new venture. Tammy Washington, thank you for watching. Janie Joyner. I love Janie.
I like that name.
Janie. Viola Nelson.
Yeah, that's a friend of mine's wife that I went to school with.
Wow.
Hello,
matter of fact,
Viola.
he started over here, and he's an artist. Her husband's an artist, and fine.
Jeanette
Matthews. Yeah, she's from Chesapeake. Hello, Jeanette. Long time no hear from.
All right, that was a little shade.
Yeah, that's like
no hear from.
Like 5 years, 6 or 7 years.
Oh, yeah, long time.
Yeah. So,
and we have Wells Davis. I like that name. Satora Nicole and Sarita. Thank you also.
Hello.
Sarita Scott, and she's another phenomenal
yeah.
singer.
And Satoria, she does a talk show.
Okay.
You know,
the Satori Nicole show.
Yeah, the show. Yeah.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been over here too. You know, so.
Well, we all thank you for trying to press that share button. We want as many people to send comments and share.
If you have any question for our guests or hosts, please, make comments or type it in, and if you got a question, so we can, all be a part of this woman movement for the month of March. I mean, you got 3 young ladies, or that's here today. You have an opportunity to ask some questions. To ask them how did they get from point A to point B, because when we communicate, we open up the windows of and pour out more blessings. When we speak life, when we use the tongue for positive and sharing the gifts that God has given us. He said, where there's 2 or more in my name, that's where I shall be also. So that's why we close this month out, to bring this group of people, to get these people in here. So please don't hesitate to ask questions, and I really appreciate some of these people that I haven't seen in 5 and 6 years charming in today, and because they are beautiful women in their own right, and they are talented and gifts. No, they very important. So continue with the questions, and we still got another 10 minutes before we have to sign off.
Okay, so now I want you to tell people about your next venture, because God is always on levels.
Yes, He is. Yes, He is. Well, first and foremost, I have all of my music and even some misunderstood merchandise on my website.
That's right, 'cause you're clothing line.
Yes, I do have my website, www.iammisunderstood.com. Of course, y'all know that's 2 S's, of course. But my new venture, in addition to Misunderstood, is I have become a paparazzi baby, y'all. So I have paparazzi jewelry. I am now a jewelry consultant, and I have a Facebook page for it as well, MU Jewelry, and you can find that on Facebook. And of course, you can shop on my paparazzi website at paparazziaccessories.com/162192. And my pretty face will pop up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I love jewelry. I'm always on the stage or somewhere talking to people. So why not incorporate that?
Adornment.
Everything is $5 all the time. So I know you ladies, it's only a little palm puppy.
Look,
$5.
that's a cup of coffee at a local brewery, so we won't miss the name. But yeah, so if you can afford that, and it adds adornment to you. So it's something that's
Absolutely,
yours.
you have a statement
Your
piece
statement
for $5.
piece. If you like, where did you get that from? And you also have a
Paparazzi.
clothing line that I was drawn to because
Yes.
you have a trench
Yes,
coat.
it's my trench coat.
Oh my God, it's
I wear
awesome.
this all the time because I'm always cold, so it could be like 77 degrees outside, and I will have my trench coat on, honey. Don't judge me over here, Bexley.
I'm not.
But, the trench coat, and I also do it in jean as well,
Okay,
jean
do
jackets,
Okay,
anything. I hand painted myself.
So you customize.
Yes, I customize, and you can get that by texting me trench or jean jacket at 321-451-1382. And it basically says, do not conform, be misunderstood. Because people always want you to be a clone of something.
Right.
No, if that was the case, this wouldn't be America. So don't be who you are. If that's misunderstood, that's fine. Being quirky and a little off in a good way is all right sometimes, you know? Embrace who you are. So it says, don't conform, be misunderstood.
Yeah, I loved it when I saw it. And actually, Tamika says, can we hear a bit of your voice?
Listen to you guys. I knew you were going to do
Somebody
that.
else is saying that.
Who's singing?
No, somebody.
Oh.
We had, last week, she sang a little bit of her gospel song.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I absolutely can if you guys want me to.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. You can hit a couple of
All
notes
right, here we
and-
go. I'll give you a bit of wind blow.
Yes,
blow.
all
Okay.
right. I was hoping you would.
Don't fall out, Miss B.
I won't cry. I'll hold
All
it
right.
together.
Remember days when I thought life was over. There were days when I was nothing. So many late nights, many failed tries, cold nights, and there were lonely days that I'd wish that I could fly away, and I'd wish that I could fly away. I had to keep going, I had to keep pushing, because one day, see where it takes me. Just go with the flow, love. You never know where you'll end up. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And,
Right.
and I want to say that back into old school times, people would be able to do that on the dime. They didn't need all this extra studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
the auto-tune.
You know when
and-
somebody
Yes.
can really sing, like Gladys Knight and Aretha Franklin,
You
all
better talk about it.
and Sam Cooke. And you know what? You couldn't have known that was my mama's favorite singer.
She's all in your
Yes.
house.
But I want to share. Do you understand that the reverence in her voice?
It was
The
Thank
way
you,
yes,
thank
it
you.
echoes. People are saying, "What a beautiful voice!"
Thank
Rita
you,
Scott.
thank
you
you.
from one beautiful voice to another.
Yeah.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. Tamika says, Nathaniel Johnson is watching. Leroy Stevens, thank you. Mr. Dubier, he was
I
on
like
our
that,
show.
Dubier.
Was on our show just Tuesday. Thank you for. I hope
Yeah.
I said his name correctly.
Yeah, Nathaniel, you got to bring the jet, bro, so we can, you know, you got to bring the jet. You know, he's a jet setter.
Yes.
You know, he goes by. I'm not gonna say his stage name, but you know, he's big. You know.
Yes.
He didn't type it in, so I'll just leave it at Nathaniel. But you know,
Yeah.
he's a studio and producer too.
Oh, okay. That's Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, wow.
Singer,
yeah.
you know.
Rodney Baylor, Senior. All right.
Yeah, Rodney.
Yeah.
Big up to big Rodney.
Big Rodney.
In the
okay,
building.
We get the name Big before your name.
You know it's something serious.
Big Rodney.
Like the name
Oh,
Red.
yes.
When somebody
He used to,
said Red,
he used to work for Timberland.
okay.
Yeah, Big Rodney, yeah.
How you guys doing?
Yes, thank you so much. And as you can see, as I said, I don't ever say anything that's not true and I don't mean.
You better not.
Anointed voice.
Thank you,
can
thank
feel
you.
it when she sings. It goes through you.
I was over here thinking about like, hey, we have to do something.
There you go. See,
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
And she
here.
said she wanted to do voiceovers. So
Right, teach me.
Teach you. There you go.
Yeah. It's not hard to do.
Seriously.
You're doing it right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also Bexley, I'm gonna say Bexley because I'm gonna call you Bexley. That's who you embody.
She is the character.
But yeah, all the voices. Tivy, I want you to tell people how they can get in contact with you and or watch your show.
Please, I would appreciate it so ever so much if you go to www.bexley snow snow.com and you can find out more about me. You can email me there. You can sign up for the my website and for the website and such. And you know, if you can support me in by means of any daycare centers, any independent babysitters, any type of place where there are kids that can appreciate this show, that may like the show, or at least give them a chance to watch it and see what they think. And I would love feedback. I need to grow.
They do you sit and have a test audience, a viewing audience, and you get feedback, and you can
kind of like a forum.
Right, a forum, absolutely. Rodney Baylor says he wants to hear you, so he must not have tuned in when you were singing. and he said, I want to hear her. So
well, you had to play it back.
You're gonna have to play it back, honey.
It's almost time for me to run.
But you can get her CD.
You can grab everything Misunderstood at www. I don't know how many W's I just said. IamMisunderstood.com. That's IamMissunderstood.com. I'm everywhere at Misunderstood 757.
Absolutely.
Find me.
And the CD is called
Witness. Witness is not released, but Windblow and Shoulda Loved Me are all available on my website, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, all those great things. But Witness, the album, it's on its way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's what it's
That's what's up.
Thank you.
Well, that clock always
It's
gives.
a ticking.
Yes.
It keeps ticking.
Always a good time being here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No question. It's hopefully that y'all be able to come back.
Absolutely.
And then when you make your first million,
Absolutely. Throw your little 10%.
you know.
My first interview.
Yeah, holler at your boy. You know.
So you say, holla at your boy.
Yeah, holler at your boy. You know, my bank account looking thin.
You better watch
You
what
know,
you say.
grassroots.
Rodney, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Mine waiting on the package.
Yeah. So what it is with anything is that we have to come together. Our community needs to be involved. Our community needs to get behind talented people. We have to stop sitting on the sidelines hoping that
And
somebody.
just saying, I support you,
Yeah, I
girl.
support you.
Well, what are you doing?
And we have to come together to try to foster the problems that our young people are facing, because they need to see more of this. They need to see that there are people that can do and they can follow, emulate, because we do a lot of emulating in our community. That's why our young people get in situations that they're not ready for until it's too late. And we try to bring positive people and positive energy to what we're doing. Thank you, ladies, again for coming over. And Mello V?
Yes.
You got any closing remarks?
Oh, absolutely. Until next time, as always, blessings, Mello V.
Remember, this is the Dreammaker Show, and don't forget to join me on Saturdays from 10 until 1, where this program, Frequency Distribution, is geared for the young people in mind. So if you're a parent, or aunt, or uncle, brother, or sister, please, mother or father, have your kids to tune in on Saturdays for some positive music, some positive energy. And we're going to be having, I'm going to have a young person co-host, and as well as we're going to be bringing over some talented young people in our community on Saturdays. So we want you to stick and stay in and be in tune for that. But nevertheless, as my closing remarks, remember, love yourself and put God first, and everything else will fall in place. It doesn't matter what others think about you. It's all in what you think about you. Until the next time, this has been fun, but I got to run.